Behind anxiety is fear. Now again, fear is a proper functioning of the human system. It's telling us that our life is in danger. The problem here is there are two types of fear. There's real fear, when our life is in danger. So in other words, we step off the pavement in front of a car doing 40 miles an hour and suddenly find ourselves back on the pavement without having thought about it. And then there's false fear. And that's anxiety. False fear is, what if this? What if that? What if? What if? What if? And of course, as we all know, most what ifs never happen. Now, the real issue here is, genuinely, how often is our life actually in danger? For most of us, never. But are we firing off the fight or flight mechanism? You've probably heard about that, the saber-toothed tiger and so on. Are we firing it off? You bet we are. But we're firing it off for false reasons, for false anxiety. Now, this isn't the time to give you a huge lesson on how the unconscious mind works. This is a little potted neuroscience lesson. 91% of your mind is unconscious. 9% of your mind is conscious. So in other words, 91% of the way we create our reality on a second-by-second basis is unconscious. Now here's the killer. The unconscious, 91%, does not know the difference between what you're imagining and what's real. I'll say that again. The unconscious doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. The conscious does, of course it does. The unconscious doesn't. And that's why, if you think about it, that's what's behind panic attacks, fears and phobias, all these irrational seeming things. They're not real. None of those are real. But try telling that to somebody who's in the middle of one. It's real enough to them, but it's based on imagination. So, what for most of my clients, the reason they have anxiety is they have it in particular situations. Some of them have a more generalized anxiety problem, but most people are running programs actually that go back to childhood. There were a time when actually that anxiety program was correct. It was keeping the person safe. But the problem is they got stuck with the program. And now 10, 20, 30 years later, that old programming is no longer relevant. And then it comes out as anxiety. Well, if a program is no longer relevant, rest assured it can be beaten. It can be let go of.